Hey there, Leo. Welcome into Great Awakener Ether Realm. My name is Kimberly, and I am going to do an astrological report for January 13th through the 19th of 2025. We are going to start off with the Sun, which is your ruling planet, is in Capricorn, which is your sixth house. Sixth house rules daily habits, anything that you do on a daily basis, go to work, go to the gym, your work, health, all of those things that you just do on a daily basis. Um, we then have the moon in Capricorn starting on Monday. There's going to be a full moon in Cancer, which is your 12th house. 12th house rules your subconscious, your anything that's hidden, basically, dreams, things that you may not even know about yourself is what your 12th house rules. Cancer is the ruler of the moon, so it makes that aspect just that much more intense. Um, we also have Mars in there at 26 degrees. The full moon is going to take place at 23 degrees. So if you have any planets in your birth chart that are at 23 degrees or within 5 degrees of that, it'll hit those planets the hardest. All right. Um, Mars is retrograde at 26 degrees, and that rules Aries and Scorpio. Um, Aries is your ninth house of, uh, um, your ninth house of higher learning, long distance travel, anything that expands your world. Um, so you're basically the aspects right now. I forgot to mention little Chiron in Aries as well. Is the wounded healer. Basically, it's all about aspecting um, your shadow side, doing the deep inner work, um, and with that being in your ninth house, it'll yeah. You're looking to try to heal your expanding your knowledge on those subjects. Where was I? Okay, so the full moon at 23 degrees is going to make an exact sextile to Taurus, which is your career sector, your 10th house of career. Um, that's been in that's been in Taurus for 6 to 7 years now. Um, so you're probably used to the energy by now, but it causes a lot of upheaval, but also awakening. Um, and your 10th house is your career and your reputation sector. So you may have been going through some upheaval in that sector for the last few years now. The full moon is also trine Neptune in Pisces, which is your 8th house, um, of your other people's money, sex, death, transformation. All right, so these are, um, you know, these are hitting your private houses pretty hard. Your 12th and 8th house is basically your private houses, things that not everybody knows about you that you kind of keep to yourself. Yeah, and then you have, Mars also rules Scorpio, which is your home sector as well. So Mars rules Aries and Scorpio. So let's see. So we got your career being illuminated, your 12th house and your 8th house. Excuse me, your 6th house. let's see. So Jupiter is in Gemini. That is your friendship house. 11th house of friendships, dreams, hopes, wishes. That's kind of where you uh, go out to, have fun with other people, kind of involve them. And it's kind of after your expansion house, right? So um, that's where you go out to meet different people of different cultures and different backgrounds, and it's it brings higher learning to your interactions with people, and through that it can bring your dreams, hopes, and wishes as well. That's a little bit harder to explain, so I'm just trying to do a weekly report here. So we'll stick to the week. So the moon is going from Cancer into Leo, your first house, where it immediately opposes Pluto in your seventh house of Aquarius. Pluto has been there permanently since November. It's been going back and forth for about a couple years now. And Pluto is all about transformation. All right. And it is actually the ruler of your home sector as well. So you want to kind of think about your home sector being transformed in your business partnership sector. Partnerships is personal and business. It has everything in there. It includes all of that. So, but it's fleeting. The moon is pretty fleeting. It goes through the signs every 2 to 2.5 days. So it'll just trigger it for a little while, and then you can kind of move on. Still in Leo, you still have, it'll come around and square Taurus, Uranus and Taurus, which again is your career sector. So you might have some fleeting upheaval in your career sector as well, and this will be about Tuesday, Wednesday, when this is going on here. All right. And then Thursday, Friday, the moon moves into Virgo, where it starts trines the Mercury and the Sun, which were being opposed on Monday. Okay, so this upheaval going here is going to turn into a little bit more relaxed as the week goes on. Virgo is your second house of values, and how you earn your money. All right. So it's also going to oppose this stellium that we have here in Pisces. Venus and Saturn are coming to a conjunction here soon. And then we have Neptune, which is in almost exact conjunction with the North Node. The North Node just moved into Pisces back on the 10th and 11th of January. It's been in Aries for the last year and a half, since September 2023. Aries is your ninth house of higher learning, and long distance travel, your expansion house. All right. So now that it moves into Pisces, it's going to have more of it's going to have a different energy. It's going to take a little while to get used to the energy, but it's going to be the North Node is what you focus on. North Node is, you kind of call it your North Star, is what you should be focusing on for the next year and a half. And then your South Node is like, this is past, and the North Node is future. So the past, Virgo is your second house. It's kind of what you want to get rid of. You kind of want to go through and be like, what no longer serves me in this function anymore. Virgo is your second house of earned income and your value sector, how you value yourself. So you're gonna probably want to start thinking to yourself, what can be removed from my life that will make my life a little bit lighter, right? Doesn't serve me any longer. Um, the moon will also come in and trine Taurus when it at the same time that it's trining the Mercury and um, the Sun, which basically, you have this upheaval. As I told many other people, you have this upheaval, and then you start coming down, and you have the oppositions, and then you start getting into the trines, and things start getting just a little bit better, And also, we also have Jupiter in Gemini, which is your friendship sector, coming in squaring. The moon is going to be squaring Jupiter in Gemini, which basically means that you're going to have a decision to make about your friendships and your hopes, dreams, and wishes, as opposed to how much value you put on them. And that could be value as in the worth, as a sentimental value, or as monetary value, right? So it can be any of those subjects. But again, the moon is fleeting, so it's just going to come in and going to make you evaluate those subjects and then move on, okay? And then the weekend comes along, and Libra, and the moon moves into Libra, which is your third house of community. When the moon enters Libra, it's going to trigger that 23 degrees that we had with the full moon. I've explained this, but I'm going to explain it again so that everybody understands. Your full moon illuminates things that, need to be illuminated and need to be brought in, have attention brought to it. And maybe things that need to be closed out, right? But the timing of it is you usually don't close the door on that day. A lot of people think that full moons bring closure like that day, but it brings the awareness of it that maybe things need to be closed out in this axis here. So this axis, of course, for you is your subconscious and your work sector. Okay. So, and your health sector as well. So 7 days later, the moon comes around to to square the sun and make a quarter moon. All right, and this is about accepting what needs to be changed, And then it comes around another week, you kind of do every week. You got a week to decide, right? So, and then this is about acceptance. This is about making a decision. This is about taking action on that decision. Okay, and then we start it over again. The new moon will start in 2 weeks as well, and then we'll have another full moon in Leo, and it kind of goes like that. So that's what the moon does. You got to look at it almost like a clock. Just this, the reasoning for it. So, even if you have upheaval after a while, just give it a couple days, and if you find a solution to the problem, start, trying to make a decision on that. And if you look at it as, whatever the problem that was caused and the solution that was made, if you learn from whatever happened, like that's what the universe wants you to do. They just want you to learn your lesson, and it gives you a timeline basically. Or it might come around the next year and hit you in the butt again, right? So try to learn your lesson on whatever this is, right? Let's see. I think that's about what I got right now. This is really only supposed to be for the week, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. I should probably mention this. When the moon goes into Libra, it does trine Pluto. So you have the opposition of to Pluto, but then you have the trine to Pluto. So you're going to have an intense energy here, and then it's going to come around and it's going to calm down, and then it's going to trine Gemini here, and then it's going to, the trines are nice. So you got the upheaval, and then it starts calming down. So I feel like I needed to add that in there because when you have a full moon in your 12th house like that, that can also trigger a lot of dreams, a lot of intense dreams, just to let you know. So I might have some intense dreams coming along here. But I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a good week. Just if something happens, take a breath and it'll be fine. All right. I do personal readings in astrology, tarot. I also do other healing modalities. If you'd like to visit my website, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel and hear about next week's, hopefully not an upheaval. Hopefully this looks like this will be nice. It'll be nice next week. But if you would like that, subscribe to my channel. And until then, I will hopefully see you next week. All right. Thank you, Leo.